Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the MoSCoW prioritization. Friend, this is a very important topic if you are a student of Scrum methodology, Scrum framework or Agile, or you are managing different projects of software and IT as a project manager. So this is a very interesting topic for you. So let's start, friend. First of all, I will request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start, friend. MoSCoW, MoSCoW, it's a short form. Now what is the concept here actually? Basically, friend, whenever we are implementing projects using the Scrum framework or Agile methodology, we need to prioritize the product backlog. Now what is actually Scrum? Scrum is a framework to implement these software projects. It is based on Agile approach, and we divide the project into multiple chunks or sprints, and in each sprint we have to do the planning, development, testing, and then deployment. So once you reach till the last sprint is a 3 to 4 week time period, we complete the project actually. So this is the just try to understand that the Scrum is a framework to implement a project using the iterative approach. Now the MoSCoW project prioritization, it is the approach. Basically it is a tool for prioritizing of the product backlog actually. Product backlog is a document. You can think of this as a document of Excel sheet or Word document, in which we are basically all the requirements, all the user stories are mentioned in the product backlog. Okay. Now MoSCoW prioritization is a tool for establishing a hierarchy of priorities during a project. It is based on the agile method of project management, which aims to strictly establish factors like the cost of a product, quality, and requirements as early as possible. MoSCoW is an acronym for must have, should have, could have, and wouldn't have, each denoting a category of a prioritization. Okay, friends, so just think of MoSCoW as a categorization of the product backlog. Product backlog is a document. Just think of this as an Excel sheet or Word sheet, which contains all the user stories of the all the requirements of the customer. Now remember, user story means it is a functional requirement of a customer. That means, for example, if customer can do the payment through credit card in e-commerce solution, so it is a user story. So all the requirements of a customer are categorized properly, so that we can prioritize them. Okay, so this is the main concept. So MoSCoW means must have, should have, could have, and wouldn't have. Okay, so these are the categories. Based on that we categorize it, the requirement. So MoSCoW prioritization solve one of the main problem of less robust prioritization tools by laying out specific definitions for each level of priority. When something is in the must have level of MoSCoW, it's immediately clear to everyone on the team that this feature cannot be overlooked during the project development. So basically, whenever you are making a MoSCoW prioritization list, so that means when you make this list, for example, if any requirement is must have, or so everyone knows that you must have to include, you must have to implement that requirement. You cannot leave that requirement. Okay, so must have means that it is a must have requirement, you must have to complete it. Now coming towards more in deep into the MoSCoW prioritization list, first category is the must have requirement. Must have requirement means that, for example, you are making a car, for example, so every car must need a gear, every car must need a steering, every car must need a tire, for example. So these must have requirement means that these are the compulsory requirement. Without these requirements, you cannot go further actually. Okay, so must have requirement, must have these product features should be the easiest to determine. If you are designing a car, so you must need a gear, you must need a steering, you must need a tire. So these are the requirement basically, which are the must have requirement, and without those features you cannot implement a product actually. Okay, then the should have means that your project should have are the features that are not essential to the project success, but will add value to it. These features are more focused on fulfilling customers wishes and expectations rather than meeting the basic needs. So just imagine these requirements as a wish list of a customer. Okay, whenever you know that whenever we are implementing projects, the customer are telling you their wish list as well. So these wish lists are the should have requirement. Should have means that these features should be included in the product. If it included, so it is a wish list or expectations of a customer actually. Now remember that as a project manager or as a scrum master, you must have to know that what features must come under the category of must have, and what are the features which can be the should have. Remember that how you can differentiate that which feature should be the must have and which feature should be should have. So the main theory or main concept here is that if a feature is compulsory means that without that feature customer cannot do anything, so that is must be a must have. If that feature is not compulsory, so you can put it in the category of should have. For example, the payment feature in the e-commerce solution, so what do you think, it should be must have or should have? It should be a must have feature, because without a payment feature customer can't purchase any product from the e-commerce solution, so it should be a must have feature. Okay, so in the on those basis you can categorize. Then the could have, this is the catch here. To determine if a feature is a could have or should have, consider how it will impact the value of your product to customers. In most parts of the world, a car without air conditioning will be nearly impossible to sell as a good car. However, as a car without a parking camera, though an immensely useful feature, is unlikely to dramatically reduce the perceived value of the car. So could have means, friend, that those are the features which could be included in the product. So how you would, for example, take the same example, if a car has a parking camera, let's suppose. So if it has a parking camera, it is a good thing, but it is not necessary that every car should have a parking camera. Okay, so on those basis you can determine that this feature or this functionality could you can place it in the could have category or not. Okay, so this is the concept here, that if it has a if this feature is included in the product, so it is good. If it is not, so we can consider it and rethink about it. Then the wouldn't have, that finally we have the wouldn't have. This category is likely to fill up with ideas as you get further along in the project development cycle. Essentially, this is where you put all the features you would like to include in your product, but for some reason can't. Like, you know that it is a good thing, but due to some reasons, for example some cost factors or other resource availability factor, you can't include it in the project, in the product actually. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you.